All righty then. It is Saturday, 6 o'clock my time, favorite time of the weekend, or the week, honestly. I mean, I work, so that's not very much fun. I've got, let's see, we're going to have a big show today. I think we're going to have several people on here. I've got Waddy, the crypto hunter, sitting here, kind of in the ready room. What's up, Waddy?
What's going on, Sean?
Not much, man. We're gonna. I got some special guests coming on today here in a little bit. How's your Saturday?
Oh, pretty good, man. I saw you post the link. I was like, well, he said everyone is welcome, so here I am.
Absolutely.
But just taking it easy.
What's that?
No, I said just taking it easy, one day at a time.
Yeah, I hear you. That's what you got to do.
Yep.
Let's go, Sean. Crypto Talk Now. Thank you for commenting. First comment of the day, and that was much earlier today. Thanks for stopping in earlier. Appreciate that. That's Larry and Max. Great channel. Those guys are killing it in content. I don't know how they do it. They're machines over there.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to keep up with them. Today I put up my first uploaded video in a long time, and I'm trying to see if I could catch up to them. But
I'm not even trying to keep up with them, man. It's too much. I got too many other things going on in my world. I just do what I can do. Crypto for starters, Alex, how you doing, bud? Hopefully Saturday's going well for you over there. Shaman says, yes, sir. Hey, crypto for starters. What's up, Sean? Hey, Shaman. Hi, Alex. That's me. Talking on my own show there, commenting. I just like to see my name in lights. It's always fun. Tim Shea. Tim Shea in the house. Tim Shea, who didn't you lose? Oh, no, maybe you didn't lose your Twitter account. I thought maybe, yeah, actually you did. I think you did lose it for a day or two, and then you got it back, and then you got Shadowband or something. I was trying to tag you in a post yesterday, I think, Tim, and your name would not come up. Could not find you anywhere.
yeah, then he's probably Shadowband.
Yeah, it sucks that they do that. I mean, I'm sure it's more of an automated system. You know, if they think you're spamming or you're putting out too much, maybe too many posts or something like that. I don't know what happens and how that works, but it kind of sucks. Tim does a lot of tweeting and retweeting for MMAI.
Yeah.
He is putting in the work. That's me again. Shaman says, Tim, hey, oh, Binance stuff. Hey, Al, had a few wines. Excellent. Nothing wrong with that, I guess, as long as you're not out driving around. I did watch his video. It looked like he had a little bit of beef with the FUD. What is it? I forget the channel name. The FUD farm, right? Binance stuff. I don't know if you've ever seen his stuff. He does a lot of videos on kind of calling out, projects, or fake projects as Ponzi's, and I mean, he probably draws a little extra attention to himself, but that's all right. He's doing what he got to do.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by.
Everybody has a style and a crowd for that style, so
yeah,
it works.
Yeah.
But by the way, you got his watch hours up.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we did talk about that last time, huh?
Yeah.
Let's see where he's at as far as followers go. 992. All right, he's right there. Eight away. Binance stuff. Getting your 1,000, and then you just got to get them watch hours, which obviously is the most difficult for some people. Some people it's the other way around. Crypto Hog. Hey, everyone. I appreciate you stopping by, Crypto Hog. We're going to have a jam-packed little session here tonight. Hey, Crypto Hog. Crypto Hog. Tim got Shadowband too. Yeah, Tim got Shadowband. I don't know if he still is. I did tag him in my post today, just a little while ago, and his name did come up. But I think he started a second Twitter account, didn't you? Yes, taking a rest on Twitter till Tuesday. Okay, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, that's what you got to do. What the heck for? And Tim probably doesn't know. I don't think they really tell you. They just, if you're shadow banned, they don't tell you anything. You have no idea. right? Until
Yeah,
you're
basically is when you're tweeting too many times or you got too many hashtags, so they consider it to be spam.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's too bad. I mean, just out promoting projects and stuff. Lazy Jedi, what's up, Sean? Well, not much, man. It's Saturday, enjoying the day. Didn't do squat. Didn't prep for this this live stream at all. It's funny is I normally I'll do that because you never know what's going to happen, how many people show up, or if there's anything to talk about. But then normally the chat takes over and all of that goes out the window. So I didn't even bother today.
Yeah.
I mean, I have some things we can talk about, but not excuse me, no real preparation. Lazy Jedi, Anti-Rock. Hey everyone, MMAI. Yes, MMAI. Man, we're cranking out the MMAI content. That's something obviously we're going to talk about today as well. Hey, got somebody else here in the ready room. Crypto Lounge.
What is going on? How we doing, man? Beautiful weekend, brother. What's going on, Waddy?
What's going on, Michael? Good.
Yeah, what are you up to? You driving?
Yeah, we on our way. Got to do 2 trips and shut her down. Got
Nice.
vacation coming, so can't wait for that. Shoot, man. But it's a beautiful weekend to talk, MMAI, crypto,
Yep.
It's great to be alive, man. It's a good time to be alive.
It is. We're all really, I guess, just taking, guess shots at what's going to happen this year, 2023, right? Is this just going to be another 2022 for crypto? Or we're going to actually move the needle a little bit? Maybe I was reading a little bit earlier about the Biden administration wanting to come up with a cryptocurrency framework, in the coming months. I don't know if this is going to happen or not, or if they're going to start basically trying to run retail out of crypto, which is definitely a possibility. What do you guys think about that?
That we will see that language, Sean. I really do believe we'll see it probably mid-year, around the summertime. They're not going to be able to run retail out. I know that's the agenda, but that's not going to happen, because it's too much. The landscape is prime for a retail, and it's too much to be made, too much money to be made. So I don't think the government is going to be able to get involved, get in front of that. They're going to try, and we will see that language. But I kind of welcome it because it's going to push a lot of these shit projects out. It's going to regulate that to where, the good money that wants to come in, that's scared to come in because they don't want to get, everything ripped away from them. They're going to be able to come in at a safe environment, in my opinion. So I welcome it, but at the same time, we got to, it's going to be weird,
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be hard to push retail out. I mean, even though, like I said, they probably will try, but again, that's only what's it going to do for them. It's only going to be here in the U.S., right? Anything they do is really only for U.S. citizens. So, and there's ways to get around it, obviously. So we'll see what happens. What's going on, Daniel?
Ding dong! I'm knocking on the door. In the
what's going on? What's going on, Daniel?
No, what's going on, man? Second time in the Forge. I'm
welcome.
I'm blessed.
Welcome to the Forge. Yeah, you're always welcome here, man. Anytime I'm on, you pop on anytime you like. It's always an honor. Of this crypto think tank going on here.
How are you, gentlemen? What are you gentlemen talking about tonight?
Anything and everything. We were just talking a little bit about the Biden administration looking to release some sort of legal framework for crypto in the next few months. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, or what kind of cluster that's going to turn into.
Well, I got some news. I don't know if you guys checked out the last video I uploaded today, but this tells me this might be a step towards crypto adoption in New York. I don't know if you read it, but they're talking about accepting crypto payment for taxes, fines, and a couple of things in the state of New York.
I did see that. Isn't it weird, though, that isn't New York one of the most restrictive states for getting into crypto there is? And now all of a sudden they're like, hey, we'll take payments to crypto, no problem.
Yep.
That's odd.
Well, they're missing out on a lot of money right now. And they want that money. They want them taxes. You'll see in the United States push for some sort of regulation. because they want to tax the hell out of you, right? They want to make sure they're getting it. Hi, Sniff. I just want to say hi to Sniff. I haven't seen Sniff in a while, man. I miss Sniff.
Sniff pops in here and and stirs up a little trouble every once in a while. Sniff, man, he's fun. He's fun.
I love Sniff, man. I miss him, man. He's always got something interesting going on, man. He's a good dude, man.
Yeah. Eddie T, what's going on, Eddie? Thanks for stopping in to the Forge. I don't say it often enough. I always forget, that it's even named that anymore. So
hey, just to that point, Waddy, I saw that, man. That's pretty interesting. But I've been following what's been going on. I don't know if you guys know what's going on in Arizona, but last year, man, I caught on to this legislation that was going through that particular state, and it's basically it's going to go through. I mean, they actually got a solid chance of this going through this year. It's to basically make Bitcoin legal tender along with Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash and Ethereum. Yeah, this is actually going to go through because I seen some local paper literature on it. It's actually going to go through. So let's take you back to Colorado when they were trying to separate and go their own way with the cannabis trade, and they just pretty much legalized it across the board, on the state level, and they actually taxed the shit out of that right now. They're making like lots of money off that. Arizona's like, let's go ahead and do that, but with crypto. So they're going to go ahead and do that same thing, but with crypto. And then you have a Bitcoin Depot, who is one of the world's biggest crypto ATM suppliers. And they're going to set up shop there in Arizona. It's a little partnership there as well. So I think they got over 400 partnerships going on in the U.S. So, yeah, I mean, for those of you who think Bitcoin is going to die, I don't think so, man. This thing is about to blow up.
Man, and I spend a lot of time in Florida, right? So I see the Bitcoin depots in all the 7-Elevens. You literally can go into a 7-Eleven and buy Bitcoin like you're taking money out of the ATM, or sell Bitcoin that way and have it deposited right on your wallet.
What's the metrics, do you think, to this thing? The data coming out of it. How many people have you ever gone to a Bitcoin machine and purchased any?
No.
See, that's the thing right there. That is the thing right there. That disconnect. We got to bridge that because there's a lot of people there's still a lot of people on this planet that don't even know what Bitcoin is. Believe it or not, don't even know how to buy crypto. Don't know how to research it. So that's a ton. If we can bridge that gap, then there's your mass adoption. There's still a huge communication gap when it comes to crypto.
Yeah. And I tell people all the time that I work with, let's say, 20 people, and there are, let's say, 2 out of 20 even know what Bitcoin is. And the other 18 or 19 have never even heard the term Ethereum. So this is how far behind we are and how small it is.
But even when you drop it down to NFTs, right? Amazon is trying to create NFTs now for a lot of their products.
Mm-hmm.
That and that's going to cause mass adoption as well in the NFT market. And people are dealing in crypto and don't even know that they're dealing in crypto. They're buying NFTs, and Amazon's getting ready to launch that here pretty soon.
Yeah, that's definitely going to bring forward, this crypto to everybody else out there. Obviously, anybody gets in, like an Amazon or a Walmart or some, major corporation. That's going to help, even though there's still going to be a lot of education that needs to be done out there because people still aren't going to know what it is, how to use it, why do they even need it, even though they're interacting with it at some point. We talk about XRP too, right? That's going to be running in the background somewhere. You're never going to know that you actually used it because you don't need to, and people don't need to care about it.
Yeah. And when XRP starts to run in the background and people don't really know that they're even using XRP, that's when XRP is doing exactly what it's designed to do.
Yeah, exactly. You might, and people in the, at some point in the future are going to hear that the corporation, as soon as they become public, Ripple, right? That they'll probably be a fairly sizable business at some point. And I know they're even advertising over in Europe right now. But when they run their IPO, I think a lot of people are going to jump into that, and a lot of people are going to start hearing that name.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Have they released an IPO yet, or Ripple as a stock?
No, they're you can buy private equity in right now, but they're not going to do anything until this lawsuit's finished, which it honestly could be a couple of years still. right? And I get into arguments with people all the time about, when there's going to be a settlement, or if the judge rules in Ripple's favor, right, then it's over, and then we can just move on. I mean, that's not what's going to happen. If the SEC loses, they're going to appeal. If Ripple loses, they're going to appeal. Like, this is likely to go on for another couple of years. The only way this ends is in a settlement.
Yeah, and I'm 100% with you, Sean, on that. If Ripple wins straight out, XRP will be in lawsuits, possibly all the way up to the Supreme Court with appeals.
Yeah.
And vice versa. If the SEC wins straight out, they'll probably be in appeals all the way up to the Supreme Court. The best solution for XRP and Ripple board members is a settlement, because you can't appeal a settlement. You can't appeal an agreement. So that's the best solution. I know that the cryptocurrency world wants Ripple XRP to win this case for the cryptocurrency world and the cryptocurrency environment, but they do have a board of directors that they need to answer to, and that board of directors owns a large stake in what goes on, and if it's not in the board of directors' best interest to continue an appeal, then it's not going to happen. And what's in XRP and Ripple in the board of directors' best interest is a settlement. Because you got to remember, Ripple's they're fighting this for the cryptocurrency world, but at the end of the day, they have a board of directors they need to answer to.
Yeah, and we got something coming up. I don't know if you guys know this, but I believe it's Monday, the 30th. There is a hearing. I don't know if you guys know anything about the library case, right? The library case was kind of a precursor to this whole, Ripple case. The judge came out and basically ruled with the SEC, saying, they violated securities laws, and basically they fined them out of existence, right? Library is basically going under. But what the judge didn't do, he didn't answer as to the ongoing sales of the library token. Kind of left it in limbo, and
Library.
It's library. The company name was Library. The project was Library.
LBRY.
LBRY. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Library.
Yeah. Well, the token is Library. Yeah. It's the company is Library. They so the hearing is going to be the judge. I don't know if he's going to make a decision at that point, or they're going to talk about, that we need to have some sort of finality with the ongoing sales of that token, and including the secondary market, to see if he can say, hey, those ongoing sales aren't securities, because they're not really linked in that manner in which they came out, or not. So we should get some more clarity here from that library case.
What do you think the best case solution, Sean, is for XRP? What do you think a best case settlement looks like? I'm wondering what everybody here thinks. That I have in my head what I think a settlement would be in the best case of everybody. I just want to hear other opinions, because I have an opinion, but I could be swayed.
They've already come out, and Brad Garlinghouse already said what they would have accepted even in the beginning. They said, hey, if you want to say that our initial sales were securities violations, then fine, we pay you fine us for that, but then they want to make sure that XRP itself is not labeled as security. That's all that has to happen. And he said if we can agree on that, they could have settled this a year ago. And that's basically what they want, and they're not going to do any settlement. They're not taking any settlement that doesn't give XRP clarity as being not a security. That's bottom line.
That makes sense, because when you think about it, unless they settle that part and make it clear, then what's stopping the SEC from coming back again? Like, let's say, for example, they wait a year or two, and then here we go again.
Yeah, well, they don't care about the money. Obviously, they have billions of dollars to fight, so they'll continue to take this, all the way to the mat.
Yeah.
And to the Supreme Court if they have to get that clarity, because it doesn't do them any good if the SEC wins and the XRP token itself is labeled as a security. How is that going to help Ripple, in the world moving money around as they're going to do. They already said they'd pull out of the U.S. And not have to deal with the U.S. market, because it's going to be very difficult if they just, and I'm sure you've heard people say, well, why don't they just, do the right thing and register as a security and go jump through all those hoops? Well, you can't. They're not going to be able to do that here and then have XRP dealt with as a currency in the rest of the world. So whenever it gets here, it has to jump through other hoops in order to be used as a financial instrument. Different hoops that they would. So it would make things extremely difficult for them to use, going forward.
Yeah.
So that's, best case scenario. I mean, XRP is not a security, and maybe Ripple pays a couple $100 million in fines, or $1 billion in fines. They really don't care.
Yeah, I agree, and I you may see the judge rule that XRP is not a security, and then hold the sales of XRP, the sales of XRP over to a trial, and then they could be charged with a fine for violating whatever pre-sale laws or whatever they have going on. And you could see that come out as a ruling, because the judge doesn't have to rule on the whole case.
Right. There's 20 different ways this thing could go. Right. And there are videos, better videos that I'm going to make, on all of the different possibilities. But yeah, the judge can do this too, where maybe she's not really confident in her crypto, understanding. And so she can just give an easy win to one side or the other, knowing it's going to get kicked up the court anyway. And then let somebody else, deal with the hard stuff. So, I mean, any way it goes, if it goes to a jury, it's going to be tough also, because how are you going to find a jury that are all versed in crypto, that all understand what's going on, or all, can think intelligently on that subject? That's going to be very difficult to do.
Yeah, you know what? The SEC knows that too. They know that. That's why this is crazy. It's a pissing contest at some point. When does it end? And the SEC, there's not going to. This is my opinion. I don't think there's ever going to be a settlement, because that's a loss for the SEC, and they don't want to lose this case. That's a flat out loss. So they're going to go against that all the way down the board. It's a mess. I feel bad for the investors.
There's also a possibility, and somebody in the legal world was talking about this, about how the judge can actually call them in and say, hey, I'm ready to give a ruling, give them the ruling, or basically what the ruling is going to be, right, in private, and say, okay, here's what I'm going to rule on, X, Y, and Z, and spell it out for them. And then they can decide at that point whether, the SEC has said, okay, obviously we're going to lose, going to look bad for us. Let's go ahead and figure out a settlement, kind of behind the scenes. So that's also another possibility. But that could take months from now for the judge to come up with anything. I have got some more people here to add to the stream. We've got Shaman Says.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
The house.
Hey, Shaman, how are you?
Good.
Lazy
Jedi.
Shaman.
What's
Hey.
up? What's up?
Hey, Sean, thanks for having us.
Absolutely. It's an honor to have you guys on. These guys put on a good show, non-crypto related, basically, called The Lazy Shaman Show, featuring Steve the Canadian. I expect him to pop up here momentarily.
Yeah, he's doing a little bit of cooking and stuff right now, I believe. So as soon as he finishes that, he'll hop on. But yeah, it's an honor to be here. So I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Glad to have you guys. So you guys been listening? Do you guys have an opinion on the XRP or the Ripple case?
I just hope that everything goes smoothly, because I do hold a bag and I believe in it. And I figure even if it doesn't go smoothly for us here in the States, they're still gonna do whatever they have to do, on the other side of the world. So it seems to me like it's a good investment regardless, but it seems like a better investment if we can adopt it over here.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, and what you're saying about is true too with the lawsuit, that it's not just about them winning and losing. That's not the end of the discussion. It's going to continue on. And so I don't have a bag yet, but I am very interested in getting a bag. I'm just, when I have the funds, and just kind of keeping tabs on it a little bit.
It's going to be interesting for sure. And then I think this year, I think we'll hear something on it this year, and maybe this year we hear, one side wins and it just kicks up to it's going to kick up to an appellate court. And I think what also could be good for XRP is if the judge says, agrees with Ripple and says it's not securities, or basically gives them let's say a majority win, it's going to take a while for that to work its way up to the appeal court. So XRP is going to have some sort of breathing room,
Exactly.
and Ripple for a little while at least. Yeah.
Right. That's a bump. That's still like in the right direction that we want.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me get through some comments here. Chris B, welcome to the stream. I appreciate you showing up and the support. Website tells you, yes, Tim's saying his second Twitter account is Shadowband as well. So that kind of sucks.
Wow.
Man, they got your number.
Damn, Tim.
You're gonna be like Terry soon, and you're not gonna be able to even get on Twitter at your house.
Yeah, that guy can't get on Twitter to save his life.
Wonder
Yeah,
why.
he probably pissed off a few too many people.
Just a few.
Huh. Oh,
I thought we were the only ones that actually didn't prepare. Oh, that's you, Shaman. Yeah, no, I usually do prepare. I like to be prepared, but as soon as I do that, you start going through the comments, and it kind of takes a life of its own.
No, it really does, though.
Yeah. Brian Dowie in the house. Thanks, Brian, for showing up. I appreciate it. Sup, guys? Some second Twitter got shadow banned for following too many people in a short amount of what? How was that a problem? I follow too many people.
Hey, hold on. I thought Elon got rid of all that shit. What's going on with that?
That doesn't. Yeah, that.
Well,
sound right.
DNA, Design DNA, or whatever it is. He can't follow any more people. He's like up to the limit to where like they just won't let him follow any more people.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Me either. He's the only person I know about, but I saw him like tweet about it the other day again, and that's been going on for months because I remember months back when crypto was still decent. He complained about that.
They think Tim's a bot.
Design DNA. He has 5,000, and he's following 5,007 people. That doesn't seem like a lot.
How many are following him?
Apparently, that's the limit.
2762.
Okay, so yeah, it's if for some reason it won't let him follow more people.
Huh. Maybe it's the ratio from followers to following has to be some specific number. I don't know. I'm not sure how it works.
That's crazy.
Twitter's starting to get way too touchy.
No, it is. I never knew it was a limit either way.
Well, I know I've seen people following 17,000. So the fact that he's only following like 5,000 something, that's just really weird. But like you said, maybe it's a ratio to, what's going on with your followers.
Yeah, there's an algorithm to everything.
In that case, I better stop following so many people. So because that ratio is not looking right now.
Yeah, I try to follow. I mean, if somebody follows me, I try to follow them back. If just out of courtesy. But you know what's weird about my Twitter? I've been working on 800 followers for like 3 months now. Right, I've been up to 796, and then I check the next day and I'm down to 770 for some reason. Like it's huge fluctuations.
I was up to 802 or 803 somewhere around there, and then I dropped to like I'm not 806. I'm sorry, 602, and then I dropped to like 591 or 581. Yeah, 581 like within a day. So I figured it's a lot of the bots that came on, and maybe they just shut those accounts down finally.
Yeah, because I was about 2,485 at one point. I made it to 2,500, and then all of a sudden I'm down to like 2,415.
Yeah, from what I was told, it's a bot situation. Yeah, that's what I was told. I asked about it. It was just weird, and they were saying it's bot related.
You know what's funny is I didn't really have an issue with bots at all until Elon took over, and then all of a sudden bots started, following me every day, and then you're getting all the girls in there. They have, trying to sell you an OnlyFans account or whatever. And so maybe hopefully they're the ones that are dropping off, but I'm following a lot of people just because when you do contests, that's always follow this person and follow that person. And I've done a lot of contests, and then I don't unfollow all the people because eventually if I go back and do a contest again, they're going to have me follow the same people. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
Sniff says they're going to regulate free speech before they regulate crypto. They don't want people to know that there's no evidence of gas chambers used at the camps. There's Sniff. Gotta love him.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what's out there? We're never going to know.
So, well, some interesting stuff, and we don't have to go over the exact topic, but if you guys look up a channel, and you can just do like the initials of everything, I'm just here to make you think, and it should come up. But he goes over some stuff in history in America that's, very controversial, and it's just it's amazing to see what kind of evidence is really out there, and kind of what that points to, like what story that points to versus what you're told and taught growing up.
Right. Oh yeah. That's why we question things, and you can't just believe them straight out of the textbook. Let's see, Brian Dowie. I think they're talking about Caroline here. Caroline's been messing with your Twitter account. Yeah, she really. Has anybody seen any Caroline or had any Caroline sightings?
No, Caroline's too busy in the lab showing all these guys where the money is and getting ready to hang Sam.
She's trying to learn how to use stop losses.
Yeah.
She don't need them. You don't need no stop losses. Let's see. Regulation, just another form of taxation. Yeah, there's no way they're gonna allow people to utilize this stuff, forever and not get their tax money. Like that's never gonna be a thing.
No, anybody that lives in the United States and didn't think that the United States was gonna come for crypto for taxation. They're fooling themselves.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The only thing that's true is death and taxes.
That is true. That's what they say. So let's see. What else are we going to discuss here today? Because let's see. There was one more thing. Oh, we were talking about things coming through. I guess I got to figure out how to share my. Yeah, somebody's going to get cut off. Fed Reserve Board is issuing policy statements to banks, whether they're insured or uninsured banks. The Fed's saying you guys need to be very, very careful about your crypto activities, and they want to make sure that they limit them in a way where they're protecting their customers, and they're not getting not adding too much risk to the system. And then they also want to make sure that I know we talked about this earlier about how we don't want to get crypto mixed in with traditional finance, and that's kind of the way they're going right now. They want to make sure that these things are very, very separate. So I thought this was interesting to read, because basically banks right now, want to actually start custodian your crypto, right? They don't want to leave it out to these centralized exchanges. Banks now want to get a piece of that pie as well, saying, hey, look at us. We've been trustworthy for the last 200 years, so you guys should just throw your crypto in a bank account, as it were. What do you guys think about that?
They can't stop it, Sean. They can't stop it. There's a lot of small entities that are already doing it, and they just want a piece of it. And the government, they're not going to be able. They're going to scare them, just like you just said. That would just scare fear tactics. Those little emails going out to all these banks, just fear tactics. But you look at Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, all these little entities, they are already doing it. You know what I mean? You can start a crypto savings account right now on PayPal. Cash App. You could deal Bitcoin and things of that nature. It's already happening. These credit unions, they're going to start doing it. I know I just talked to my local one. They can't wait to get involved. They're like ecstatic about it. So it's inevitable.
And if you look at I Trust Capital, big bank, they offer cryptocurrency retirement accounts.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a huge business for them. Huge. So, I'm with Crypto Lounge. You're not going to be able to stop this. This train has left the station on the United States government. They just need to go ahead and catch up to where this train is. This train is already on the tracks and moving. They're not going to stop it.
ASMR fan, thanks for popping in. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean,
ASMR
I pretty much got into crypto just because I knew it wasn't going to be stopped. If you can't beat them, join them. So I didn't want any digital currencies.
Yeah. Well, once they start getting rid of all of these scam projects and and NFTs that do nothing. I think the banks will be into it more. But do you guys think really that the banks themselves, that they understand the assets that they want to take custody for you? And do you think they're going to be able to drive out the centralized exchanges?
Absolutely. Like I was telling you, I was talking to a local credit union. They know absolutely everything about it. They know exactly what to do, and I think they know it's more profitable. There's more movement there. It's the new thing. And you got a lot of millionaires that want to flip their whole portfolio right now from stocks to crypto. They just don't know which crypto to get into. That's their problem, and they're fearful of losing all their freaking money. But these banks know what's going on, and they're educating themselves, especially these executives. And I'm just speaking from the conversation I had with this local credit union, and it's a credit union. Credit unions are very, very tight. They're not like the regular banks. So when you're seeing these credit unions, dipping and dabbing into crypto, to me, that's very exciting.
Yeah, and just look at the news reports that are out there. Goldman Sachs is back, and Bitcoin is being better than gold right now. JP Morgan is all over cryptocurrency. They actually worked with Polygon to do the first transactions across, with their JP Morgan token on the Polygon network. You look at Fidelity, who just started a cryptocurrency exchange. They have their own cryptocurrency exchange now. You look at, Bank of America starting to come out and back cryptocurrency. Bank of America is actually working with XRP behind the scenes already.
Yep. And so is JP Morgan.
Yep. And if you look at all these guys that are already working with cryptocurrency, the banks are already in it. And if they don't know what they're doing, they're going to hire people to tell them what to do.
Yeah, and they're gonna basically, this is gonna help. Obviously, mom and pop that doesn't know a lot about Bitcoin or even heard of Ethereum yet. They're going to get them more comfortable, with these things, right? Hey, my local bank can hold it for me, so I don't need to worry about, decentralized exchanges and all these other, scam projects. And you hear of, the FTXs of the world. My bank is comfortable for me, so.
Yeah, and obviously they're not going to be investing in shit, but they're going to be investing in Bitcoin. They're going to be investing in Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, Polygon, Matic.
Only the top ones. No, you're right there. And think about it though. The older demographic. I think they're going to be more in touch with the banks, and they're going to be able to get. We can bridge that gap a whole lot quicker because we were talking about that educational gap. I think the older demographic, they'll be able to go to those banks because that's what they frequent. You got a lot of people that still write checks, man. I saw it the other day in Walmart. So it's horrible, man. But that's the group we need to get in touch with, because those are the ones that have those huge retirement funds they're basically in a wasteland right now. Mm-hmm. Those banks, we can get them in something more profitable. You know what I mean? That's what I love about it. And JP Morgan, they shot down crypto for so many years. And all of a sudden now they got a Bitcoin wallet. It's crazy, man.
Well, did you hear about the wallet that all the banks are working together to produce? You have Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, Bank of America. There's a whole bunch of banks right now that are all working together to produce a wallet. And that wallet is going to be I think it's going to be a cryptocurrency wallet as well. I think that they're lining themselves up to be in line with your PayPals and your in your Cash Apps and things like that, where you're able to buy cryptocurrency out of that wallet. These guys aren't going to let this thing pass them by.
No, they can't. It's too much money, man. Look at PayPal. I never would have thought PayPal. That's the one that kind of shocked me, was PayPal. They're doing some really cool things when it comes to crypto. There's some. I think in the next 6 months, they're even going to do even more. So they're kind of leading the charge.
Awesome, Austin.
I was about to say, is that awesome sitting down there in the corner?
What's happening, brother?
Did you shave again on us?
I did trim my beard just a little bit, you know.
Man, you can't do that without
looking
telling
good,
us.
bro.
You know, I didn't know if that was
Yeah,
you or not.
that kind of threw me off. I was like, who's that guy
Yeah.
down there?
I was like, that looks just like Austin. Oh my God.
Just
Wait, did I see
dude.
that dude on the cover of GQ magazine, or am I just
damn.
playing tricks on me?
Damn, lazy
Yeah,
looking
what's
for a
going on,
date right
everyone?
now.
Sorry to drop in.
Fan would whoop
Good
my ass.
conversation. I was listening to it, and I was like, you know what, I gotta hop on. I got family coming over, but I wanted to hop on and just listen in and say what's up to everyone. So
I appreciate it.
man,
Welcome to the Forge, brother.
yeah,
Give us
appreciate
your
it, man.
thoughts on this thing, man. Give us your thoughts on what we're talking about.
I don't know, man. I don't know. What do you?
Regulation this year coming.
No
Crypto at your bank.
I saw a sniff question that freedom of speech is going to be. I don't think that regulation's going to come right away, dude. Like I think through time, I think we're going to start to see people get picked off. We're going to probably see more and more of that. But I just don't know if like we're going to have full-fledged regulation. I don't think that we're ready. I mean, I know that Biden put out their game plan for it all. But I mean, to crack down fully on it, dude, would be. I mean, decentralization is a lot of us are decentralized maxis. Like I'm a decentralized. I like decentralization. It's great to have centralization in some ways, but like I don't know how you're going to crack down decentralization without shutting down crypto. And if you shut down crypto, then you're shutting down technology and in the growth of technology. And so I don't know how you're going to get around or regulate it to the full extent of what people think or how it's going to happen. I still don't know how it's going to work out, dude.
I think they start with stable coins and then they go to the exchanges and
Yep.
they don't touch decentralization until they even begin to understand decentralization.
Yeah, that's years down the road.
I mean,
I think
these are getting
I think
big.
what really helped them out was when Ethereum moved to proof of stake. I think that helped the government out a lot.
Yeah.
It's my opinion, though.
I think Ethereum kind of screwed themselves. I think,
Oh, absolutely.
I think when they were proof of work, it made them really decentralized. I think when they went to proof of stake, it kind of helped the government say, they're really not, maybe they're not such of a commodity. Maybe they're more of a security now. So they might have proof of work. They might have proof of stake themselves right into a security.
Yeah,
No, they did. They did.
Yeah, Gary
I mean,
Gensler
think
said
about
it
it.
himself that they're going to have to take another look at Ethereum.
No, it's a huge backdoor now. I mean, the government could. I mean, proof of stake is penetrable. I mean, proof of work. It was real hard for the government to do anything with proof of work. But you look at this proof of stake model. It's very easy for the government to go back there and poke their nose. To me, it's so easy. It made it so easy for regulations when they moved to proof of stake because Ethereum controls a huge block of crypto. The majority of the projects that we love so well that function. Look at Polygon; they're on that. I mean, it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah. And I don't think that. I don't think people have this misconception, and I don't buy into it fully yet, that the government's going to come in and make all these brand new regulations for cryptocurrency. I don't think they're gonna. I think they're going to say, you're a security, and here's what you have to go by. You're a commodity, and here's what you have to go by. And here, you're a project, you give reflections, you fit nicely into this box of what we call a dividend stock. So here's your rules. And, you fit into this nice box of this particular stock that we have going on over here. So here's your rules. I don't think that you're going to see a whole bunch of new regulations come out. I think you're going to see a divvying up of what fits nicely in what box.
You out, Austin?
Yeah, I just wanted to hop on and say hello real quick. The family's coming, so I'll
we missed you, Austin.
Appreciate you showing up, Austin.
All right, take care, brother. Enjoy the family, bro.
Later.
Hey, I kind of agree with Austin and Daniel. You too, bro. I think it's selective, and I think whatever poses the biggest threat, that's what they're going to go after.
I think anybody that's giving out yield and dividend in this cryptocurrency market. And what I mean by that is anybody that's giving out an APY or reflections, they're setting themselves up for regulation.
Yeah, those will go away, though. A lot of those are going to go away. And
you're going to have to see a lot of projects redo their contracts, or they're not going to make it. reflections fit nicely right into a dividend stock. They're the exact same thing. And a lot of these cryptocurrency projects don't have enough money to comply with them regulations. And that's just the bottom line.
I mean, those insane. I mean, look at Celsius. Remember before all that shit went down, those APYs, they were crazy, man. They were like 29%, 30%. I mean, those are red flags, huge red flags. But if you look at the non-custodial ones, though, like Tectonic, I mean, I'm interested to see what's going to happen with those non-custodial situations.
I don't know, but staking you can look at staking like a bank.
Yeah, exactly.
You can look at staking platforms like a bank.
I mean, it kind of makes sense, why come up with new rules when you can just do that? I mean, I just don't know about, that like taxing every transaction crap that they're doing. I mean, that seems a little ridiculous to me.
You're supposed to be technically by the rules right now. Every transaction you make is a taxable event.
That's what I'm saying. That's ridiculous to me. If you're not, if you're not pulling money off of it, that's crypto works a little different than other stuff.
They want to make it difficult, right? That's what they want to do. They want to make it very, very difficult to get into this and to scare people out of it.
Well, I mean, can you imagine how difficult that would be for the exchanges, the centralized exchanges? That would be crazy, man.
Yeah.
Oh, once mass adoption and everybody's doing it.
Yeah. Well, I'm on both sides of the token, right? Because I'm in cryptocurrency and the stock, right? I play both sides of this coin pretty often. And every time I make a trade on a stock exchange, that's a taxable event.
Yep.
So it's no different than what they're trying to do with crypto. So let's say you have a Robinhood app. Every time you make a trade on that app, that's a taxable event. It's the same as Binance. It's the same as any other centralized exchange, and that's where they're getting that from.
See, personally, I'd rather deal with rug pulls than deal with taxes. I mean, and anybody that wants to fight with me on that, I mean, we can have an argument, because what's going to happen is those gains aren't going to be there, once all this stuff hits. You're not going to see these. You're not going to see all the gains.
You're not going to see all bunch of tax increases for the government. You're going to see, oh, wait, we owe you money because you should have wrote that off, but you didn't even report it. So we spent all this extra money to find out we owe you more money.
That'll happen in some instances, but I know some people already that they're like, oh, yeah, I owe $500 for last year because they made money and then they would, then lose it. So now they got taxed on money that they didn't have, so then they didn't put anything away for it. Now they owe money and they then don't have anything to show for it.
Yeah, think about it like this. Let's say you get into a token that's got a tax 10 in, 10 out, right? So that's already 20%. And then let's say you make a trade on that and you have to pay capital gains on that. That's 30%.
That's 50% right there.
It's 50% that you're giving up in taxes.
Yeah, consider this though. Even though these are technically considered taxable events, and you go through Robinhood or you go through Coinbase or whatever, right? But it's not like you have to physically write down each individual, event or sell or buy. It's going to be aggregate, over the year, and they're going to give you a tax form that says, hey, this is what you put in, this is what you got out, this is kind of where it went, and you're going to be able to submit that. They're going to make it easier for you just so that you can.
See, I'm a little bit cool with like an in and out thing, but not when it's every transaction you're getting. Oh, here's my percent, here's my percent, here's my percent. Because the devs do that to us already. Just like you said, like I don't need it compounded.
Right,
like, you're just coming in here doing nothing for me, and then taking your piece of the pie. Like that's not even your piece. You're taking my piece.
Yeah,
I think that would be too complicated. I mean, even for the government, I think that would be too complicated. I don't even have the manpower to do that shit because. Think about these metaverses that are coming up with all these microtransactions that are going to be taken into effect in these metaverses. Dude, that's a lot. That is a freaking lot. So I don't know. I think it's going to be more simplified. Because let's just say they did that, dude, that would thin the herd by billions of projects. You would see a lot of developers are just going to say, fuck it. Excuse me, Sean, I don't mean to curse, but they're just going to say the hell with it. They're not going to deal with that. And it's going to thin the herd a lot.
You see, I live in New York, so I pay my taxes because I don't want to go to jail, right? And that's what'll happen. So all my wallets are plugged into the Coinbase wallet tracker, right? So it tells me, it tracks every single event that I have out of my wallet, buy and sell, and it gives me a report for my taxes of how much I made and how much I lost per year. So it tracks it by my buys and sells, so
Yeah, I do the same thing.
And what I was gonna say is like one of my cousins, she does a tax accountant. So I did ask her once upon a time, well, when it comes to crypto, how do they do it? And she told me that most of the tax accountant, they don't want to deal with that because they got to look at the whole list. Like, let's say, for example, from 2020 to 2021, everything that you did in an exchange.
see,
That's interesting. I talked to my CPA about this. I think we discussed this too. Me, you, and Daniel and Wadi. I think we did. I think Sean, we discussed this. I may have not told you, Sean, but I talked to my CPA about this whole situation. And last year, she didn't even take Coinbase gives you this printout every year, this little tax form, whatever.
Right.
And she looked at it, she was like, what the hell is this, Michael? What is this? She didn't even know. She didn't even know what to do with it. So that's the problem here. What do we do with this information? I mean,
yeah, and most people aren't going to know. Most people aren't tax accountants. And this is good. This goes back just like to what was it, Venmo, where they said anything over $600 has to be reported.
Yeah.
And then they decided, well, that's stupid because it's going to overload, the IRS agents and all that. And they said, okay, we're going to nix that because that was dumb.
That didn't make no sense at all. And as a matter of fact, I'm glad. I don't know if you guys heard it, but they're actually going to take that out unless they already did.
Yeah, they already did.
It doesn't make sense. Like let's say, for example, one of my friends just want to send me money just for the heck of it. Why is that taxable? Even though they say, well, if you put it's a birthday gift, if it's this, if it's that, what about if the person forgets to put it? You get what I'm like.
Well, how about like I let you borrow $20 because you forgot your wallet?
Yeah.
And then you're gonna pay me back when you get home. So now we're both getting taxed on that on two transactions because I let you borrow money.
Yeah, basically no. What we're talking about is like if you reach, like let's say for example, that event happens 6 times, and so it happens that it's $100 every time. The minute you reach 600 within a year, that's already taxable, which is dumb.
Here's the thing, man. It's so complicated.
Yeah,
it's so complicated, man. And I think Austin hit it on the nail. They're just going to go after the money laundering situations that they already know about. Just like the Blitz go. What was that, Wadi? Blitz Lab or whatever, that weird ass exchange got taken down. I mean, I think they're going to go after that first, make language for that. As far as these microtransactions, these like the decentralized transactions, how the hell are they even going to? That's impossible. The Uniswap, Sushi Swap, all those millions of transactions, those trades. How the hell are they going to do that? It's too complicated.
Well, for Venmo, just to clarify, it wasn't about you getting taxed on that $600. It was just that it had to be reported, right? Yeah. And what they wanted to do was stop people from getting paid under the table, so where they weren't paying employer taxes and all that kind of stuff. Because a lot of you hire a handyman and you pay him on Venmo a few $100. Well, he's not reporting that, right? He ain't paying taxes on that. So that's what their idea was, and from their perspective, it's a good idea, just poorly executed, and you're just not going to be able to really drag it down to that far into the weeds, and make it work, with any efficiency. So they have to rethink their strategy now.
But here's how I think it's all going to shake out in the end. The United States is going to have its own digital dollar, and that's going to be the only currency that you're able to onboard and offboard on exchanges, and it's going to be the only currency that the banks are going to take, right? So in reality, it's going to be the only currency that you're able to onboard and offboard through your bank, and they're going to track all your transactions through that digital dollar.
That's what I'm saying about they're gonna tax you when you let your friend borrow money, when you give your family birthday money, like your grandkids or your nieces and nephews, whatever you have, you're gonna get taxed on that. Your kids are gonna get taxed on that. And that's why I didn't want digital currency to begin with.
I mean, I use my daughters in college, and I build her portfolio for her trading portfolio, stock portfolio, and I do a lot of it through Cash App for her because that's what she uses, and I just send her stocks. Well, I also send her Bitcoin. So now they're gonna, all that would have been taxable events for me, even though I'm sending them to her as gifts. So
right,
Yeah.
Yep. There's going to be some adjustments, I'm sure, going forward. But
wait. So you're saying that you're sending it to them and you're getting taxed because
I would be, yeah.
Yeah, they want every transaction taxed and like regulated
because it would have been a buy for me and a gift for her.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. I get it because I know in Coinbase, unless they change that rule, but I could receive up to 15K in crypto as a gift, and it's not taxable.
Really?
Right. Yeah, just like cash. I think it's.
15?
I thought it used to be like 13,000. You could give to somebody as a gift.
Yeah,
without
it was.
paying
I
tax.
thought it was still 13,000, but that's pretty cool. They raised it up to 15K.
Unless you're sending stocks.
Yeah.
Unless you're sending stocks and stuff like that, them aren't gifts. Them are
Those are
actual
securities
that you're sending through an app. So
let's take a second here.
You're talking
and
about
welcome,
crypto, right? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Sean.
Hang on. I just want to take a second and welcome Steve the Canadian to the Forge.
Oh,
welcome,
thanks
sir.
for having me.
Yeah,
What's going on?
You're
Hold on,
looking very
Steve.
Canadian there today.
Oh, well, thank you.
Are you?
Not a lot of break going on.
I know there was some talk about what it is you're in because it looks like you're in a shower or something. Are you in?
Yeah. So who's that guy?
It's like the nicest shower you're ever gonna find.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that.
So.
But welcome anyway. I appreciate you coming in.
Thanks for having me.
I'm just surprised you guys called it out so quickly. Like we didn't realize that was a shower.
That's the first thing. That's the first thing I thought when I saw him. One of the previous streams you guys had.
Yeah, like nobody in the show's called it out yet. So I don't know.
Well,
It's all about the acoustics, man.
So
there you go.
But yeah, nicest dog shower or streaming studio you will ever see. All in one place.
Dual purpose. That's nice.
Dog shower. I like that.
But I like what you guys are talking about there. Like you guys are covering real serious topics about the whole like CBDC thing and like the tax issue. Like not a lot of people know maybe how to calculate the taxes off exchanges and everything. But in Canada, you go to the Canadian Revenue Agency website and everything is there. If you even have an exchange that's interacted with like a MetaMask wallet, they have it all. Everything. I did like an 8-hour spreadsheet of all my crypto for 2021. I went to CRA, they had everything. I wasted my time. I was like, I mean, convenient, but it's not cool that you guys have everything. Like
yeah, they know.
Right.
They know, yeah.
So you see, this is one thing that I figured that, like, this is where they get you, Steve. I don't know if you guys ever get a promotion on Coinbase, or if you attach your Coinbase wallet, you get a free NFT, or if you attach this, you enter the giveaway.
No.
I delete those immediately if I do get them anyways. So
Bro,
I know that X button very well.
That's how they get people, because some people are like, oh, so it should be cool if I connect my wallet. The minute they connect the wallet to their Coinbase account, that's how they know everything got.
Wow.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to get away with anything.
So let me tell you what I did to do this year, because I just dropped my stuff off to my tax person, and I had my Coinbase printout for my wallets, and I actually won this year, right? It was actually, gains versus losses. I was actually on the plus side. So, and I knew that on December 29th, I believe. I knew I was on the plus side because I looked at it. I literally went in and made a sale of a crypto that I was down in for almost the exact amount that I was up, so that I actually was even or in the red. So
Smart.
When they say to you, when people say it's December, expect a down December because of tax season, they're not kidding around. They're serious. And
Yeah,
I've had to do
people
that
have
a
a lot of
couple
loss.
years on the stock market side. I would sell stock that was in the red just to take a loss, so I didn't have to pay for it on my tax.
Right.
Yeah.
It helps you in one moment, but at the end of the year, you're like, I don't want to make up that difference. It's a lot easier. Yeah.
The difference is more than me just buying back into the stock at the same amount that I took out.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Right. Let me try to get through a few comments. I am way behind. ASMR
Mike
fan asked,
left one that's just like really weird.
so I just want to ask this question for Shaman. It says, since you entered a lot of contests, have you won a lot of contests?
I mean, over time, I've definitely won a few, but when it's compared to like how many I've actually entered, it's not quite as many. Now I'm a little bit more selective too about which ones I enter. It's almost like you start getting a feel for like better ones, I guess, or like when you have better chances.
Gotcha.
So like lately I've been winning more often than not, I would say, but I'm not going into many contests at all. But I'll just, if I like what they're giving out, then I'll just go for it and not even worry about selling it, because if it's going to be, something that's $10, like whatever. But like actually my PFP on Twitter, I won that in a contest, but I really actually like the guy in his project and stuff. And so, and it's a shaman. So I put it on for my PFP. So some of the stuff, I just like it. But yeah, some of the stuff I should have gotten rid of right when I got it, and at least maybe I would have made 20 or 30 bucks each. But
it's hard to know which ones are going to make it and which ones aren't.
Yeah.
Even though most of them aren't going to make it, and that's the long term.
Yeah. Welcome to my world, Shaman.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. Well, you helped me because I saw you buy so many, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll never do that now.
So
you gotta learn from
Mr.
other
J.
people.
Mr. J Crypto, thanks for showing up to the stream. He says Outlaw or she, I'm assuming it's a him. Outlaw has launched their crypto wallet outlet. Do we know what that is?
Outlet, no.
Outlet, huh? I'll have to look that one up later.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you showing up.
Tell him to send Crypto Smith a proposal for shilling the project, and I'm pretty sure he'd be more than happy to put it on there if the money's right.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm starting to get more and more of these showing up in my emails. Will you do this, do that? I've got this new, crap project coming out.
I got like 2 or 3 projects already. One was Oda, the other one was Ship Girlfriend, and another project. I'm like, look, if you're trying to give me a shit with shitcoin, I ain't gonna do it unless I look into it.
So when are you gonna drop that Ship Girlfriend video?
Ship Girlfriend? It's pretty obvious right there. Ship Girlfriend.
Alfred
is gonna rug so damn hard, man.
That's when you start your stream out with, this is a paid promotion. I'm not telling you to buy this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind. Like, I'll be a paid shiller if you're gonna pay me. Like, but I'll be honest, exactly right at the beginning. Yep.
I'm not telling you to buy this shit coin, but
I got paid to say this to you.
Yeah, I am telling you. I am telling you this is a paid promotion.
That's the difference. As long as people know that right off the bat, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, just tell them straight up, man. Hey, this is a shit coin I'm about to tell you about. Do your own research. I mean, you gotta just be real, man. I mean, if you're gonna do it, just be realistic about it,
But not even shitcoin. Like, a lot of people will make a video and right out the gate, they're paid to do it, but they don't say a word about it. You don't see that little thing pop up that says paid advertisement. Damn well in a week they're gonna sell on everyone they made that video for. So like when someone does say like it's not a shitcoin, but you're damn right they paid me to make this, and then they get into the video, there's a lot more respect behind that, like right off the bat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
Honestly, Foundation paid me to do a quick video, and I put it. I actually went and asked, how the heck do I put that in my video? Because I wanted people to know, just in case anything happened.
There's just a link or a button you click on YouTube.
Yeah,
It puts it in
yeah,
for you. It's nice.
Oh, that's cool.
include a promotion. Yeah.
That's nifty.
Yeah, super easy. Yeah, and one other thing, obviously, you don't get paid in whatever their token is, right? You want to get paid in ETH or something else.
Yeah,
That's never a good idea.
Because that's an easy way to see what's going on too. If they offer you a gazillion, bomb tokens or whatever it may be, you already know what's going on.
Yeah, and if I accept that, I'm gonna sell as soon as it pumps, comes out, and I'm gonna dump my bag on everybody, and that's just not a good way to run a business.
Yeah. So I had my morning stream, and I talked about, and I try to tell people, like these are the things you look out for in different types of projects when you're doing your research. And there was a token I used, for example, that just came out. It's called ETH rewards or something like that. Ether, but you get Ethereum and rewards. And I said to them, look at the liquidity. It's only like, $200 and some $1,000 in the top, not even the top 10. The wallets between like 5 and 10 hold more than what the liquidity is, right? So if these wallets dump on you, this project's done, right? And only the top 10 tokens are really receiving the ETH, a good amount of Ethereum rewards. Everybody else is getting the scraps. Man, my inbox for Twitter filled up with all this hate about this token. They told me people were telling me I was flooding their token. I didn't know what I was talking about. I was like, are you guys kidding me, man? Like, go somewhere with that nonsense. You guys are about to get wrecked.
Numbers don't lie. Yeah. And most people don't look at that. You get into a project, most people don't look at market cap. They don't look at the wallet holders to see, what really is going on behind the scenes. And as soon as, like you said, one of these whales or one of the devs decides they want out, you're done. It's over.
In one of the
9 times out of 10, they're in the Telegram drinking all that damn Kool-Aid. That's you know what I mean? That's essentially what's going on, man.
Yeah.
In one of the influencers that made a video about this token, because I did some background on it before I said anything about it, because I didn't want to be wrong. They literally said on one of their streams, this paid promotion, and I was airdrop tokens.
Really?
You were airdrop tokens to promote the worst possible thing you could ever do.
Hey, that is full disclosure.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that wallet's probably sitting in the top 10, right?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. That's the wallet that kills everything. That's like that is sad, bro. That happens a lot too.
Here is a good one. Steve Shaman, you guys been with me since the very beginning, so I'm pretty sure you remember. Archineco paid me 1,800 at the time.
Okay.
Listen to this. They paid me in their token, and my wallet was locked for a whole year, and it's still locked. I never was able.
What?
So they didn't pay you shit, is what you're saying?
Exactly.
Hopes and dreams, yeah.
Oh my God, that is crazy, man.
You know what, though?
That reminds me of the Sinja. Remember when Sinja they locked those wallets, pre-sale wallets? You remember that, Daniel?
Yes. And then as soon as they unlocked them, they dumped on everybody.
Yeah, it was like Hero and fucking Shima, man. That shit just came down. I'm sorry. That was sad though, bro, because you had a lot of people that were really, really buying that whole situation. They were locked in, and man, when they unlocked those wallets, holy cow, man.
Yeah, you remember the build up to that though. He was trying to say that no, these people that have these locked wallets, these guys are really into the project. They're never going to dump on you. They believe in it long term, like they're in it because everybody was saying the same thing. Like, hey, I'm holding tokens, and we know these things are going to come unlocked, and people are going to want to sell. Nope, no, they're not. Don't worry about it. You're going to be fine.
Yeah.
And the second they unlock them, they're boom.
No, those are Tom bombs.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are fucking grenades. That's what they were, you know.
We're gonna start calling him like a used token salesman instead of a used car salesman.
Shinja's whole project was destroyed by them airdrop wallets. Whole project was destroyed.
Wow. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I
Yep.
lost a bunch of money with that shit show also.
I got
Let's see.
out.
No, but the V2 saved it, right? Right.
Yeah, right.
It's still
But
saving
V2
it.
saved
Still,
everything. That's what I was told.
by
still
the
saving it to
time
today.
by the time they launched that V2, it was too it was too late. It was too late. The project was already dead in the water.
Yeah.
There's a certain point in every project that you get to where you can't save it. You can't save it.
Yeah.
The trust is gone.
Yeah, there's very few. We talk about this all the
It's a-
time.
yeah,
Very few
it is.
that are going to make it. Very few, right? That are making it through this thing.
Well, I mean, not to knock them, but I mean, then the savior was the blockchain. And I mean, this is just an example. I'm not trying to pound them, but the savior. Hey, we got this blockchain. We're gonna turn it into a coin. V2 is gonna save us. And oh, by the way, we got to swap. This is very redundant. You see this redundantly throughout the space, and it's sad, man.
Well,
I can
that's
tell you-
that's what we learned to accept from Saitama. Moving forward was, every new project after that was, okay, we're going to have a wallet, and then we're going to do a swap, and then we're going to have an NFT project, and then, it was the same formula for every single one, and none of them.
Yeah.
worked. None of
Well,
them.
you gotta have a wallet and a swap if you want to have a hyper burn.
But you have
Yeah.
to make
Oh
sure
yeah,
you
don't
and
give me.
reflections.
There you go.
Yeah.
You gotta burn those tokens, man. You got a hyper. Oh my god.
Hashtag
Honestly,
hyper burn.
man. Honestly, I think somebody mentioned SHIB. I actually think Shiba Inu is gonna really shock a lot of people once that Shibarium layer 2 drops. I think they're gonna shock a lot of people. But other than the rest of them, I don't know, man. It's just too much bullshit, man.
Well, didn't I see where they said some whales were accumulating Shiba again?
Oh,
They
yeah.
are.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See, the Shibarium, the layer 2 is going to burn the shit out of. I mean, it's going to be a lot of burning. A lot of burning going on with that situation. They just need to deploy it. They need to drop that thing. They need to get it online.
Well, here's what SHIB has that not a lot of these other shit coins have, and let's just call them what they are. They're shit coins. They're never going to do what they say they're going to do, and they're never going to meet their roadmap. SHIB has a community that's huge, and they also have a layer 2 that's going to burn shit, and the community is going to use it. Do I like the fact that they came out with 95 tokens to run their ecosystem? No, I actually hate it, but I'm a SHIB and bone holder. I can tell you that. SHIB is they're going to burn a lot of SHIB on Shibarium, and that's going to raise the floor for a lot of people, and people know that, and that's why they're jumping back into SHIB.
Yeah,
People
I think
know
a lot
that.
of people
I mean-
lost faith in the Shiba Inu because they didn't see the burn.
Yeah.
There was too many tokens, and a lot of people lost faith in that burn effect.
Well-
but here comes
Well-
Shibarium, and with those
Like in
Shibarium
my-
burn mechanics, every transaction and on that layer 2 is going to be burning shit. That's
Well-
pretty special,
And there's still question around SHIB. There's still the big lingering
Yeah.
question around SHIB is what is SHIB's use case outside of burns, right?
Well,
Yeah,
It
yeah.
doesn't really have one
Yeah.
because they're building the ecosystem all around SHIB and
Well,
not on top
don't
of
let
SHIB.
it. Don't tell anybody that.
but
Come on, man. We were on such a good roll there.
I don't get it though.
I don't
It doesn't
know.
make sense to me.
I don't know if you guys know.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely
There
right.
was also a fight of power, if you want to call it, within the ship developers because Satoshi wasn't too happy about releasing the Shibarium. So he made his own his own Telegram. And they made an article of it. So that's the part that makes me question, okay, so what are they really planning? Because the Shibarium is about to be released. So why is there a talk about dropping the whole team? I don't know if you guys know that.
Well, Waddy, I know what you're talking about, bro. I think he was more concerned about the prioritization of it. They were wanting to work on that damn game. I think it's the SHIB Eternity or whatever it is. He was pissed off because they put all that manpower in that stupid ass game and they left Shibarium out to dry for so many months. He wanted them to actually get the layer 2 out and then go to the game. But they spent all that manpower on those damn Shiboshis. And that fucking screwed a lot of people too as well.
Shatoshi's the one that wanted the game done. I have a
Yeah.
personal reply from Shitoshi that in his own words, all I want to do is finish a damn game. Why can't people leave me alone? Those are his words. I can bring it up at some point. Like,
it's all over the place, man. It's all over
that's
the
when
place.
I lost
you know?
faith in Shib. I sold my Shib when I got that reply from him. All I want to do is finish a damn game. Why can't people leave me alone? That told me everything. It was like, this guy's doing his own thing.
Man.
He's got his own agenda going.
It's ridiculous.
So
That's ridiculous, man. I mean, that layer 2 is, for me, if I'm running that ship, man, I'm getting that layer 2 out. Big time. That's my priority.
Apparently, it's not an actual community token then, right? Because the community wanted Shibarium, and that's not what was delivered.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, you weren't hearing terms like layer 2 at that time and all this stuff. This is all like recent crypto stuff being thrown around. So I think maybe at that time that might have been the only thing on the board. People wanted Shib Eternity or whatever it was at the time, and the Shiboshis, like you guys were talking about. So maybe it evolved over time. But his opinion
I think
at
you're
the
right.
time, I was like, I'm out. So.
I don't know. It's stupid to me. It's really dumb. And let's be clear, I hold no Shib, man. I converted all that shit into Bone a long time ago. Yeah. So I'm all into Bone. That's my thing right there.
See, I hold both Shib and Bone, and I can tell you, I made multiple videos about Shib and the fact that if they didn't release Shibarium, that Shib was going to continue to tank its way down the charts because it had zero use case. And everybody that had use case, that were rolling out use case and better use case, were just going to surpass them on the charts. And that's what happened. They dropped a couple spots on the charts because people got sick of waiting. Shibarium should have been out months ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
And and now they're coming out with a beta, and they're not saying how long the beta is going to even be out for before they actually go to mainnet. So, there's so much up in the air with Shib still, and this is Shib's problem. I love I shouldn't say I love it, but I think the Shiba Inu ecosystem can thrive in this environment, but the developers get in the way because they don't roll things out fast enough.
Yeah, that's the problem with almost all projects, right? So I want to switch. I don't want to talk about Shib anymore. I don't hold Shib, and I know I do know somebody that has a lot of it, but I advise him to hang on to some and probably sell some and buy Bone, so you can maybe benefit from both or one or the other, right? And kind of hedge your bet on that one.
Bone's the token to own. Yeah,
because you know what, they're going to sell. They're going to burn tokens, right? But that doesn't raise the price. It doesn't. And so there really is no utility whatsoever for Shiba.
And Sean, you're talking about Bone. I mean, I would definitely convert it to Bone if I was that person. But they are burning Bone too. I don't know if you guys heard that. Bone is being burned. So I mean, it's just some Bone, man.
Yep.
All right, I want to get through some comments because it's going to take forever. I'm gonna have to skip. So if I miss you, I apologize. Twiz, I appreciate you being here. Always good to see Twiz. Yeah. And because we're going to talk about some MMAI here in a second. That's the reason for the season, as they say. Tezos lunch menus for the DMV entitled. I don't know what that means. Okay, I'm skipping down. Let's see. Sniff says, if they allow another bull run, I'm buying a house, bullets, and maybe some chickens. Hey, wise words.
Yes, sir.
Wise words. I can't fault you for
that. That is a smart man. That is a very smart man.
Well, I don't blame you at all, Smith. I don't blame you at all.
When you get enough chickens, you might become very, very wealthy because eggs are ridiculous right now.
Yeah, right.
Hey,
let's see. I'm skipping. Selmo Fudd. Greetings, Sean and guest. 2025 is when the switch will be flipped. Selmo, I cannot disagree with you. I don't know the time or the year, but I don't know if it's going to be a switch. I think it's going to be a slow burn. I do appreciate you being here, and we were talking about this earlier. And here's how I see this running, right? And not with just regulation, but the control of the financial system. They take it from $10,000 in cash that you can no longer transact with, right? Because you're going to get reported, and there's paperwork you have to fill out. And they're going to start to bring that down over in probably a year or two until it's $1,000, and then it's $500. And now, pretty soon after that much time, you're so used to spending money on your card or your phone that you don't need cash anymore. Most of us are thinking, well, I don't really need it anymore anyway. And then that's where that digital dollar that Daniel was talking about comes in. And they say this is the only way you're going to be able to transact. And most people aren't going to push back because they're going to be used to the fact that they're not really, using cash anymore. So, because they can't track, that $100 bill really like they think they can.
Yeah, debit card's a digital dollar already.
Yeah. So they're already seeing what you're doing, and most people, like I said, most people won't have a problem with it because they don't know any better. Those of us that are older, I think we're going to know better, and hopefully I'll have some sort of black market money sitting around, maybe gold and silver. Not financial advice.
Stuff that money in your sock, man. Put it underneath your mattress.
Where is? I saw Gompy's name.
Oh, ASMR or fan was saying that she figured he was probably watching, and so then I tagged him to see if he would come out.
Gotcha. All right, Gompy, I know you're here. Show yourself.
There you go.
Ninja.
I see the one and only space chick is in the house somewhere.
Where is space? I'm so far down.
Yeah, she's towards the end. She just came in recently.
I think Daniel's on the right track. These are old, so
I'm trying to help you, Sean.
It's got away from me quick. Let's see.
There.
The SEC only regulates the USA. That's 350 million. There's 8 billion on the planet, so USA does not rule crypto. Yeah. No, you're correct. I know you're in the. I think you're in the UK buying that stuff. The SEC and what they do here in regulation here is it's going to make it slightly more difficult for the rest of the world to work its way around us if that's what they're trying to do. But it will continue.
But don't be surprised if you see a European Union crypto bill either.
Yeah, there'll be some others. I mean, and some others, they're already ahead of us in most places, but they've already listed a lot of different crypto assets as currencies and commodities and not as securities. So.
But I could see where all the European unions kind of came together and collaborated on a single bill.
They will, even though they'll all want their own CBDC, in their own currency, right? Which is fine. That's what's going to happen. Ice Mike, 6969. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate you being here. Hopefully you're enjoying the stream. Rules are different in different countries. In the UK, total profits on the year, and you are allowed to make $15,000 per year tax-free. Okay, yeah. We get a standard deduction here in the US, so that's something similar. Let's see where we are. Oh, Selmo Fudd, $2 super chat. Thank you, Selma. I appreciate that. Always appreciate it. Not required, of course. 2023, the year of XRP. I hope so. It's hard to be, too positive right now about it, but I certainly hope this year we get some sort of clarity in this market moving forward, right? We all have assets we're sitting on and watching slowly decline. It would be nice to see some positive movement. He's at a kitchen. Okay. Oh, a kitten punching competition. Okay, obviously I missed something there, and I'm not going to go back.
He asked where Austin was.
Oh, that's funny. UK's capital
What was
gains
that?
over 12.5.
Kitten punching? What was that?
Kitten punching competition.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Come on now, don't punch the kitties, man. Come on.
Let's see. Yeah, Rowena. Where is Rowena? I haven't seen her.
Oh, she'd be asleep right now, probably.
Yeah, she usually gets on. What was that, like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning? It seems like, because if we stream that late, that's when she'll end up jumping in.
Yeah, between 11 and midnight, she's waking up at some point. There.
Oh well, and when we're talking about that, it's Steve's 3 hours behind me. So.
Gotcha. How'd your stream go last night? I missed it.
Went pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it went good. As soon as we stopped, because we only did 3 hours, I think. And then everybody's like, "Oh, they're hitting us up. Like, why'd you stop early?" Like, what?
Yeah, people are getting used to these 6-hour streams.
You're gonna have to do it, I guess.
Well,
get
to be honest, it's pretty easy to do. Actually, we're cutting ourselves short at 6 hours. So
yeah. Well, you get guys in here like this, right? We're all sitting chatting. We could chat forever. right? There's endless number of topics we can talk about.
Oh yeah, and we all have opinions.
Yep. Space Chick Crypto. Space Chick is here. I heard that from earlier, but there's her comment. MMAI. Yeah, let's talk about MMAI. I want to know from Steve, because Steve's always, I mean, in the past, he's been fairly critical of a lot of different cryptos, which is good, right? We need that. What is your opinion on MMAI?
You want the honest
straight,
truth, like the rough, dirty.
Give it to me straight.
It's not doing too bad, to be honest.
Oh, well, that's not what I was expecting.
It's not what anyone expects, but if you look at the actual project, whatever they say they're going to do so far, they're doing. And so far, the product that they're showing, or what will be the product, like their game, their metaverse, it looks pretty good. It's better quality than like Facebook's cartoony stuff they had going on, right? So, I mean, like if that's the direction they're going and they're not there yet, nobody can criticize them for not being there yet, as long as they're working to get there. So right now, they're doing good. Yeah, nothing can really be said. So
I appreciate that, and I know you're giving it straight. So that's honestly a kudos to the project.
Well, and I think my main argument before was the metaverse itself, not the projects themselves. But I've had chats with Waddy. I've been watching Austin streams, listening to Daniel even. Like, these guys talk about it in a way that made me think outside of me not caring about the metaverse. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I have no use for it, but millions of people around the world will or might have a use for it. So if I'm closed-minded to any possibility, then I'm closed-minded to an entire market at some point, possibly. So... But the project specifically is doing everything they say. So far, so good. Nobody can question that. Yeah.
And Lazy? I mean, Shaman? Lost Lazy a while ago.
I was looking, I was like, oh yeah, where is he? I mean, what can I say about it? I mean, they're doing everything so far that they've said they're going to do. And I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they have the most integrity that I've seen from, you know, that, if we want to call it the shitcoin category. And they've come up and, you know, hopefully they make it out of that category. I think they will. I have confidence in them now. Like, I'm not going to lie. At first, I was like, all right, another project. You know, let's see what happens. But so far, their track record's showing, you know.
Yeah, we've all been traumatized, you know, from projects of the past. So it's totally normal for you to maybe not trust a project right off the bat. And you're going to have to see what happens. Yeah. It's not perfect. Right, everything that's come out is not perfect, and it's not going to be perfect. But like you said, they are delivering, and they are working on it, and they are honest and transparent as far as I know.
And I'm a mod on their Telegram too, actually. And then
a little biased.
Yeah, well, the whole thing is that I do see a little bit more of what goes on in the background, and
that's true. Yeah,
that's I see that stuff, and I'm like, oh wow. Like this stuff Austin tells you about, you know, how they listen and they ask for feedback and all that stuff. It's all true. Like everything Austin's been saying, like I can vouch for some of that, you know, because a lot of that stuff happens even behind the scenes of that. But I mean, yeah, everything's been legit so far. Like there's been no lies or shortcomings like that or anything crazy. And I mean, it's a great communication, line of communication open. And like I said, they got like the most integrity out of any of these projects. And I don't care, you know, I'd put their integrity up against like anybody right now.
Yeah, and I think it's smart that they're putting the business aspect of, you know, the e-commerce aspect of the metaverse out there as really kind of a primary driving factor. And because I think that's where it goes, right? That's, you know, wherever the money goes, that's where everything else follows. So as far as setting up shops and being able to do that, I think that's going to...
Changing that logo was a great idea because that monkey robot would have driven away 98% of serious investors. So right off the bat, they're evolving and like with the time, which is good. And as for them being like a shitcoin, I think that whole space is only shitcoin right now because it's brand new. It'll take that whole space becoming legit before these tokens get out of that kind of phase, I guess. So
Well, I mean, if they continue doing, following through on what they've promised, then it won't be a shitcoin for long.
Well, I think the whole space needs to be recognized too, though, because Facebook put kind of a taint on it with their whole spending of billions of dollars and not getting much out of it. But like I said before, Mark Zuckerberg went the whole cartoony family way, and those aren't the people trying to get into the metaverse right now. You know what I mean? Like, it's more serious people looking at, like, what can we do with this when we're in the metaverse? Not just so much the friend aspect like Zuckerberg went for. I think he killed himself, shot himself in the foot with that. Like,
Yeah, they were very short-sighted on that part, and I made that known as soon as it came out. I said this is not going to work well because I don't think he's got the passion or the forward design, of what was needed and what people are going to actually be looking for. It's like just like what you said. Why would I go into the metaverse? Like what reason would my mother go into the metaverse? She wouldn't. I mean, as far as the use cases right now, there's nothing for them.
exactly.
So if you can describe it as but she does online shopping. So if you can say, well, this is just a more immersive online shopping experience that you can have if you want, right? You can get in there and you can maybe socialize as well. And for kids, there's going to be games, play to earn games and things like that. So, it kind of follows. But wherever that money goes, in the e-commerce, I think that's going to bring more eyeballs to this outside of crypto. A lot of people outside of crypto are going to start looking at this thing.
Yeah, and Zuckerberg definitely didn't have his pulse on the nation when he was creating his Facebook metaverse. But I think that MMAI, you guys know, I think MMAI is doing a great job, but I couldn't agree with you more, Steve the Canadian. Changing that logo was key. It's something that needed to be done. It's having the old logo was not going to be very business friendly. It wasn't going to attract the amount of corporate businesses that you wanted and where you were trying to go. So I thought that was key. And actually, it's a pretty nice logo now. So, I'm not going to sit here and say everything I think about MMAI because you guys all know where I stand. But, I think, you guys said it best. The integrity, the delivery, it's all there. And that's all you can really ask a dev team to do, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
You can't really ask them to do anything more. And I like something else that Steve Canadian said too was his thing isn't the metaverse. Maybe it's the layer 2 blockchain. Maybe it's the wallet. Maybe it's something different that spikes his interest in MMAI. So it's not MMAI is not a one-trick pony. And I think that's another thing that, is important when you talk about MMAI is it's not a one-trick pony. It's not a one-size-fits-all. There's multiple things that people can get excited and get on board with, whether it's a wallet or layer 2 blockchains or the metaverse or, e-commerce or, whatever. It fills a lot of holes. It fills a lot of roles. So.
Yeah. So what you're saying is you're on the fence about it, huh?
And I just noticed this while we were talking about it. And I hate to point this out, but I think they kind of stole the Chase Manhattan logo.
Somebody else has claimed that too, but
I just looked at it and then it brought up the Chase Manhattan logo, and I'm like, I think they were looking at something when they brought that up.
It resembles, I think, several different corporate logos out there, but then when you start looking, there are a lot of corporate logos that are similar to other corporate logos.
They are. It was clicking in my head. I've seen that somewhere, like on a because I thought that would look good on a debit card, like the MMAI with that logo. And then I thought, but wait, I've seen that almost on a card before, and that's what it was. It was the Chase Manhattan logo.
Well, look at
it is different than the MMAI.
Subconsciously, you've already accepted it into your wallet.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Steve, this is the bright side of things, man.
Okay, you know what? You guys, I try to leave crypto.
And you get deposit the MMAI tokens, okay?
I try to leave crypto, and I got you guys coming at me about MMAI. I got Crypto Latino coming at me about freaking Volt. It's like I can't get away from it.
Yeah, it's tough. So I described the logo as Chainlink had a child with Chase Bank.
I gotta say, Steve Kennedy, right now is the perfect time, man. perfect time to go buy you some MMAI. Man. It's at
I
a
mean,
good price. It's at a good
yeah.
price. It's not too far away from launch. It's at a good price for you to go ahead and grab you a nice big bag of some MMAI. And
Well, see,
Chris,
now I'd feel stupid getting it because now it's back up at launch, and there was some really good buys in between if I were to have bought it. But
yeah, but
it would still be a good price. Like,
it's still
not
a good
many
price.
projects are at launch.
Yeah,
Like,
it's still a good price, man. It's only what a $3 million market cap, still a really low market cap. You know, I mean, a $30 million market cap give you a 10x. Chris B,
Well, there was lots of room to grow in the project, that's for sure.
Chris B, I like the monkey too, man, but it wasn't never the direct. Couldn't move on with that direction, man.
Well,
You
that was
there,
it.
Michael?
Not that it was a bad thing. Like the robot looked cool, but when you put that on like a business representation, you're gonna turn away half the people right away. So
Yeah,
it was a good call with the Switch. It looked good either way, but now it looks better.
Well, I mean, how do you get out of the, shitcoin is meme coin, right? So how do you get out of meme coin?
Exactly, yeah.
You take the
Like
meme away from it.
This is not to shit on Volt, but when they changed their logo, that was their opportunity, and then they came back with the same logo, and it was like, why'd you even change it? Like, it's pointless. So,
Got Crypto Realist. I appreciate you showing up here. Hope you're doing well, Jeremy.
Oh no, basically what I was gonna say is like, for example, my case, I started seeing from day one what they were trying to do, what they're building, and I gotta say, man, a lot of respect for Augie because when he did the whole Binance platform, the Binance Live thing, he made it clear for us to put it out there that it's not a Binance listing because he didn't want people to get things mixed up and all that. So that's something that you can appreciate from a project. You get what I mean? Unlike other projects in the past, they talk about being on Binance Live platform, just a regular AMA, and everybody's talking about Binance listing, and that's the part where a lot of people get wrecked.
Well, that's the part of this being transparent, being, I guess, aggressively transparent, right? Because you might say, hey, yeah, we're going to have an AMA on the Binance Live platform and just let people assume, certain things, and then we can come out and say, hey, just to be extra clear, this is not a Binance listing.
Well, because what happens when all those people thought it was a Binance listing and they buy it for that reason? Then you have the other people that go, "Oh, you thought that? They lied to you." Well, nobody lied to you. You just right. But now you got the fudders, right? Now we got the real hardcore stuff going on, and just all the drama, and it's like, why even open yourself up to that when you know it's going to happen? It's not even about if, it's about when. Like,
and that's
it's
why they
going
were
to happen.
That's why they were very adamant about making sure people understood that this has nothing to do with Binance.
But it is a step in the right direction, and that's the whole point. Like the exposure, there was 3,000 or 6,000 people, I forget. It was like between there,
and 4,000.8.
4.8 thousand people were watching that stream at one point, and a lot of us were watching it on somebody like a group watch. So it was, that counts as one, and there's 100 people in a chat room or whatever in the Twitter space, and then you got streams going. So I mean, it's a lot of exposure.
Maddie B, I want to say, I don't know if you're asking if you want to come on my live stream sometime. Can I come through live? Yeah, absolutely. Let me know. I'll bring you on.
Jeremy just let you know you were 15 minutes behind in your chat, Sean.
Well, that was a guesstimate.
Oh, man.
That's why I said I wasn't laughing at what you guys were saying. I was laughing because they were like, it was more like, Sean.
Yeah, it's easy to do when it's just me, but yeah, if I got a lot of people on here, it's very easy to get behind. I can have a space to my forehead. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Maddie, you starting a channel?
I'm not sure where Maddie is from, but I did notice his English. It's a little off.
Ciao.
So, yeah.
Let's see. Chris B liked the monkey, but can understand the change. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't, I didn't have a great feeling about it from the very beginning also. And I think we all kind of voiced that, maybe at some point, hoping they were going to change it, right? Because it was cartoony, wasn't when it didn't seem very serious.
The only thing
the website got a nice little facelift too, because everybody was like, where's the white paper? No white paper. It was a big deal in the past. And now you look at this website now, it's very corporate looking. And the literature, there's so much, it's like information overload right now. You got all you need, all those thesis papers, Metaverse, AI paperwork. It's everything you need to know about it.
Yeah, they still got a few things I got to clean up here. We got to get rid of this picture. Yeah, there's still a couple things, but I think as we move forward, this stuff will get cleaned up. And I wanted to check on the NFT sales because I know that we're coming up on 200. I think we've got 189, if I'm not mistaken.
And just so everybody knows, I am accepting donations for keys. If you guys want to give me a key, I will accept it. I don't want to be homeless in the metaverse.
I'm trying to be the mayor.
Yep. Daniel for mayor.
Hey,
while
we're on those keys, man, we need to make sure everybody knows there are scam keys out there. Be careful, man, because there's even a scam arena ticket out there. So just be careful. That arena ticket is not going to cost $90. So, I mean, there's a lot of keys out there that if you get caught up, you're going to lose some money. So just make sure you be careful when you're buying those keys and you're buying the right ones.
Yes, good advice.
That key, it's not the key to the metaverse. That key is the key to drain your funds.
No, I bought 9 of them, guys. Why didn't you tell me earlier?
Don't worry, only one of the 9 will drain your funds.
Oh, thank God! So the other 8 will make me money, right?
No, your funds will be gone, so the other 8 can't drain them.
But the other 8 will make me money, right? No.
I'd like to say hi to Cool and Chris. He popped in here.
Cool.
And Crypto Realist, 15 minutes behind. Sorry, bud. I'll get there, man. I'm slow, but I'll get there.
Jeremy's never been behind in his chats.
No,
he's just always on point.
I'm sure he is. What's up, MMAI family? Wilson 509 Crypto. Thanks for stopping in. Let's see. If you haven't, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe. Thank you, Steve. And we'll just look. I caught up. Sweet.
Yeah.
Boom.
I'm
sorry. You know what I did? That was a bad tone. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry.
I'll boot him from the stream right now, Jeremy.
So just soften it up. So just soften it up for Jeremy. Jeremy, we know that we're behind. Sean knows he's behind in the chat, but I'm pretty sure you can understand, given the fact that you do live streams as well, and I'm pretty sure that you may be always caught up on yours.
Well, he doesn't have 6 people on his live stream, I don't think either. Not
Jeremy,
that he doesn't. I'm not saying he doesn't have any friends. I'm just saying
he's notorious for being behind on his stream. That's why.
Jeremy talking. We love Jeremy to death, man. Don't get it twisted, man. Jeremy is the man. We love him to death. We're just messing with him.
Well, he'll be 30 minutes in and start reading the chat. So you gotta watch out sometimes.
Yeah, it's sometimes it's easy to get behind. You forget about it. He says he's never ever been behind in the chat.
You're
believe
behind. Jeremy, you're behind as soon as you start.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, there have been times he starts and there's just like a book.
You're behind as soon as you start, man.
There's like a book, and he hasn't even put on like the intro.
So we've got 2 weeks left of this sale, maybe 12 days or so. What are we going to have any predictions on how many keys are going to get sold?
How many keys are there again?
5,002.
5,002. What a weird number to go with. They're gonna sell between 3 and 3,200.
Okay, bold.
3 and 3,200. Oh, 3,000. Okay.
Yeah, 3,000.
It's like,
We're
wow, that's a big
already
gap.
past 3. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Should take you to wait until you're 15 minutes behind the chat.
That way you got lots to talk about. You don't have any pauses.
Oh,
You can finish the whole stream off with just chat, and then you're good. Yeah.
You know, in case you're trying to get that 2-hour stream, you got at least 1 hour and 45 minutes, and then 15 minutes worth of comments.
Yeah.
How many have we sold so far?
189.
189.
Yeah.
We got 2 weeks left.
Damn, my 3,000 is a bold fucking guess.
That's a bold, yeah. I have no idea. Remember with the pre-sale, everybody seemed to wait till the last day to buy it up.
Yeah, I could see it going. I mean, based on that, I would say, I could see it getting up to a grand, over $1,000, $2,000 maybe, if his stuff really, catches on and it pops off like that. But I don't know. It's hard to say, but I'm kind of counting on people coming in and getting a little bit of FOMO at the end, and maybe if ETH takes a dump, people will jump on it.
Yeah, I'm ready to pick up another one.
Yeah. And I think that people are waiting for that right now because ETH is, technically high, right? So
yeah, it just keeps getting.
I think you're right on that. I think that ETH, if it does take a dump, you'll see an influx. And then at the end of the day, probably the last 2 days, you're probably going to see a lot of people buying too. But I think the price of ETH has a lot to do with it, man. I totally agree with you.
Yeah, could be. And then, so how do you feel if, let's say, there's only 500 or 1,000 that are sold, right?
Well, to my is going to make them, more rare, right? So should push up some value to them. So anybody that has bought them, I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, no, I agree, and it could go. You could say both ways. You want more people in. You want the community to be involved. More of the community at least. But if it's more rare, then that benefits you as a key holder.
Yeah, because I mean, what it comes down to is and it's not always people didn't want to, right? Some people just can't afford to. So there is that, and it is
kind of pricey, yeah.
But that's the key. The key is a little bit different. That's giving you some say so. So I get that. Right. Yeah. You're going to be able to buy, buildings and stuff on OpenSea if it's not sold with the key. So, I mean, you could still have a spot. It's just not going to be, you're not going to have a say in any of the voting like that. So,
right. Exactly. And I think that's why some of us are, if you can afford it, you might pick up more than one. That way you got something to leverage down the road.
Yeah. And you got 2 votes. I mean,
yeah.
I think if ETH doesn't dump, definitely probably won't touch that 3,000 mark. I think if ETH goes down a little bit, we may touch the 3,000 mark. But I think people are underestimating too the secondary market on the properties. Mm-hmm. And I had this conversation with Dr. Rob. If I'm a business and I want to advertise in the MMAI Metaverse pure world, I'm not buying an NFT because I'm not going to spend $700 on a speculative play, and I may not get the billboard that I want. Whereas if I wait, then I can go on the marketplace after the keys and go pick out which billboard I want anyways and just pay for it.
If it's available,
Yeah, I mean, it may cost me a little bit more. It may cost me a couple $100 more than what it would cost me now. But at least I know as a business owner, I'm getting what I wanted. I'm not talking about this from pure person, perspective. More of a business, and I think there's going to be some of that. You're going to see some tokens as well come in and buy signs and things like that to advertise on. But they're not going to buy the NFT because they don't need the privileges of the key. They just want their place, right?
Right. Yeah, like that's a good point. If you're a business owner, you want the property you want, and you're not really, you don't want to throw $700 or whatever it is out there on a guess. Maybe you get it. Maybe you have to negotiate, with somebody else who's got that property, after the fact these things are minted. Yeah. So that's a solid point.
Or you just don't want it, you don't want the key, plain and simple.
Well, yeah, if you're not really planning on being an active, participant here, you don't need the keys. The keys don't do anything for you.
That's a good point. I think, Daniel, to that point, man, I think, the business owners, the people who are really trying to set up e-commerce, in one of those stores or, or a booth, a kiosk, or whatever, I think they're going to go in surgically like that and into the secondary market and buy now those prices can be really high. I mean, they could, who knows, man? A medium store could probably go for 2-3 ETH. I mean, who knows? It could be extraordinarily higher than what you get with the key and that random drop. So I don't know, but when it comes to the business owner that has deep pockets, expendable funds, yeah, they don't care. They just want to go and get what they want.
Yeah, and if I'm a business owner and I'm let's say I'm looking to set up shop in a store, right? I don't want the store you give me. I want the store I go in there and pick out, because I want to pay for my location. I want to pay for my store. I want to pay for where the size of the store I want. I want to go in the metaverse. I want to walk around. I want to look at the store. I want to go into the store, and I want my business to be in the location that I want it to be. And you're willing to pay for that. And I know that because I deal with business people every day, all day. I know that they want what they want, when they want it, and where they want it. And they're not willing to throw money at a wall in hopes of getting that.
Yep. So I want to address STX Easy Money. Thanks for being here. It says, what's going on? There are papers, but no layout on how they plan to sequentially move forward. A roadmap is a great tool for potential investors and current holders to monitor progress. Yeah, and that's a good point. And I know there was some complaints about there was no white paper when it came out with, but for me, I could care less about white papers because usually all they are is just a copy of whatever's on the website. So it's just in a more well written form. But maybe that's something that can be recommended. Maybe
you have
to see where they're at.
And you have to understand with this project too, they can't give you all the details of everything that they're doing with all the technology that they have either, because some of it's patented technology and some of it they're just not going to release to you. And it is what it is. And because you look at the cold storage wallet, they're not going to release that. They're not going to release that beforehand, because this whole space is filled with duplicators and snipers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're right. Yeah. There's too much IP, wrapped into this. Way too much. If you read those Metaverse, because I've always been I want to know how it works. I want to know how something works. And when you read these papers, especially with the layer 2s and that SAM algorithm and how that works, that stuff, I'm surprised they let that come out. Honestly, I'm surprised that's on the website right now, because that algorithm it's amazing. But you're dealing with the AI behind the Metaverse. They're basically telling you how this is going to work. So, I mean, it's a technology company that's basically setting up shop on the blockchain. This is kind of different. It's not a meme situation. It's not a shitcoin.
In anybody who judges a project off the ticks on the roadmap. Okay.
So Jared, Crypto Realist says, I'm just buying the property NFTs, not doing the key. So what property are you looking for? What's your first go-to property, Jeremy? And then basic property NFT should be half the price of the key. If I understood how the lowest cost basic property will be, prices increase based on type. Yeah, I'm not sure that they've really have a formula for that yet. I haven't heard anything. I don't know if you guys know anything, but obviously it's a lot of it's going to be based on, I think, supply and demand. I would assume, if things are really popular and people are buying a certain thing a lot of, the prices can definitely increase.
I haven't heard of a base price on anything, but I do know prices will fluctuate based on location. Not all billboards will be the same, right? Not all office space will be the same. Office space downtown is going to be very different than office space not downtown. Billboards downtown are going to be different price than billboards not downtown. So I do know that some of that plays a role in what the pricing is going to be. So, and a large office space isn't equal all the way across the board. It depends on where it's at.
Yeah, that makes sense. Not worried about white paper. Roadmap is a tool to ensure the project is on track, utilized across many sectors within project management. Yeah, and I think Daniel addressed that with a technology company such as this. They have. I mean, we don't know, right? We do content for them, and we don't know what's coming out next. Like they have things that they're keeping close to the chest, and they're not going to announce really until they're kind of more developed down the road. So we know the metaverse, or the pure world, obviously the pure wallet, and the pure chain, which will come out sometime summer, and then after that we really don't know what the next thing might be. So and all developing at the same time.
Yeah, but I mean, what would be the roadmap for MMAI? There would really be 3 checkbox on it, right? It would be pure wallet, metaverse, blockchain.
Yep. Chris B wants the arena. I think everybody wants the arena.
Yeah.
That would
I think a lot of that is Daniel is so redundant, bro. That that's what we expect. We get the new project and whatever it is, we go to the website and that's the first thing we look for: roadmap, white paper. It's redundant, so it's standard. So when people don't see that, it sets off a standard alarm. Within them, it's like, okay, no roadmap, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey guys, let me get out of here. I don't know what the heck is going on with me, but since I started the gym, I've been eating nonstop. I literally ate like 2 hours ago, and now I'm hungry again.
Kick that metabolism in, brother.
Yeah.
Your body's telling you it needs more, man. Keep going.
Protein, bro. Eat the protein.
Yeah.
I know, man.
Go get it, Waddy.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure. Daniel, good to see you. Shaman, Michael, Steve. Take care, guys.
Yes, sir. Take care, Waddy.
We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Keep working out, brother.
Yeah, I love those workout videos he does.
Me too.
Yeah, seriously inspirational, because you can tell he's trying to put in the work, and I love that.
Yeah.
So I love that message. And also, it's going to be cool to see Waddy's transformation over time. So, that'll be cool.
Yep. That's a long uphill climb. I like to go. I like to go to the gym too, but I can't convince myself. Yeah,
I tell him all the time. I'm like, just keep doing it, man. Keep putting the videos out. Keep doing it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's exactly it. He's building himself and his channel and his brand, but mainly himself, and that's what counts. That's what really counts. So.
That's where it starts, right?
Yep.
That's where it starts. The physical, and then helps with the mental.
Gotta take care of you. Gotta take care of yourself, man. That working out is not just for the muscles, man. It's for mental clarity. You get your cardio, blood flow. That mental clarity, man. It helps that a lot.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
It's the best hour and a half I have of my day.
Damn, hour and a half.
Yeah.
I got to get started, man. I keep putting it off.
I
keep telling myself I don't have time, but
it's a little easier for me. I have a gym in my house.
Oh, well, I'll pop over to your place and get a workout.
Yeah.
I always say you can always do calisthenics and walk around the block or jog around the block or something.
Yeah, it's tough right now when it's 10 degrees outside, but it's.
it's
spring. No, I know what you mean. I have some dumbbells here, and I could do push-ups and sit-ups and stuff. I just got to get that motivation rolling.
Yeah. Well, I'm not doing them either, so I'm not judging at all. But and I'm in Florida, so my window's open right now because it's.
Yeah, you have no excuse, Sean.
Yeah, I have a sweater on and my window's open because it feels.
Get your ass outside and start jogging, damn it.
I will tell you, I do enjoy work. I'm up at 5 a.m. working out, but I enjoy working out in New York this time of year a whole hell of a lot better than when I go to Florida and work out because I'm out there a lot too. It's just a sweat bath out there, man.
I'm telling you, you see how it is. What part of Florida are you going?
Down around Miami, right in Boca.
Okay, yeah.
Right around
so, I mean, you can still get some breeze over there at least, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
it's rough, man.
But
it's
it is.
Yeah. I used to live in Naples for a little while, and it was rough. Summer's a tough time to deal with. Especially you got the hurricanes and the humidity and the bugs and the old people driving around. It's
I don't complain. When I go down there, I don't complain. Believe me, it's 20 degrees here right now. So I'm not complaining that when I get out of here and go somewhere that's 60,
No, yeah. I mean, it's good. And some winters it's good, right? Because, if you live here, you want to have a longer period of coldness. You just have this day here and day there where it gets like really chilly, which feels like it's freezing to us because it only happens once in a while. So this has been like the coldest year we've had, or season we've had in a while. Like it's stretched so many cold days like this, at least that I can remember.
Well, I always laugh because when I go down there and it's 50 degrees, here I am in a t-shirt hanging out, and everybody else around me is in long sleeves or they got their fur boots out or something like that. Like they can't wait to get them out when it turns 50 degrees. They get their fur boots out and all that stuff. I'm like, I'm in my freaking t-shirt.
No, it's seriously, it's pretty funny. In the 70s, you see people out with hoodies on and stuff, especially if the wind's blowing. Like low 70s, people got. Yeah.
See you, Jeremy.
sorry.
Thanks for
The other
thanks for
day it
stopping
went
in.
from
How's it going, bro?
+6 to -16.
Damn.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
And +6 is really weird for January up here. It's usually like -20, -30. But we had a week of +6. Everything started to melt, and then it went to -16 within 2 hours of itself.
Damn.
Like,
Wow.
the worst I've ever seen is it's got to be like 10 years ago now. On Christmas Day, it went from -30 to +22 in one night, like no joke. And it spent 2 days at +22 and then went back to -40 in one night. Like,
No, thank you.
Minus
the
40.
whole town, like no joke, the whole town woke up to flat tires. There was at least one flat tire on every vehicle in the entire town because of the drastic temperature drop in like 2 days. So
Yeah. No,
that's
minus
insane though. Like everybody got sick like a week later. It was pretty weird.
minus 40. I'm good. I'm good with that.
I mean, we
Minus
have
40 though is like almost more comfortable out here. Like if you had -40 in Ontario, like right above New York, people would freeze to death because it's so wet there compared to out here. But it's starting to get more humid out here. But at the same token, -40, you can put on some layers and you're good. But you go to the East Coast in -40, it doesn't matter how many layers you have, you'd freeze to death if they got like that temperature. So
Listen, 100 in Arizona is 100. 100 in Phoenix and Florida is 100. -40 is -40.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not going to agree with that one.
It's cold, man.
It's extremely cold. But it's almost cozy, like when you're completely bundled up and you're warm, and then things do look really nice at that temperature. Like even air looks cool because you can see every particle of moisture in the air floating around. Like it's pretty cool. I hate winter myself. I don't mind the cold. I hate snow. I don't do anything involving snow, so all it does is get in the way for 9 months out of the year. And I'm like, no. That's pretty much it, though.
Well, it's been real, guys. I gotta go. My mom has called me twice while I was on the stream, so I better go check on her. So I'm gonna let you guys go, man. Sean, thanks for having me in the Forge. Good to meet you guys again. Crypto, good to meet you guys. Crypto Lounge, good to hang out with you again. Everybody in the chat, hope you guys have a great rest of the weekend. But I'm gonna get out of here.
I appreciate it, Daniel.
Take care, Daniel.
See you, buddy.
All right. Everybody have a good one.
I'm as well going to head on out.
Yeah, it's been 2 hours, so it's good. I really appreciate you guys showing up. It's good to have you on the channel.
Honor to be here. Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Thanks for the invite. Definitely.
Always.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Sean. Love being in the Forge, brother.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Michael. I appreciate that. All right, we're going to get out of here. I'm going to say hi to John Crispalla. He stopped by. Great to see you all in one stream. Sean, are you at Classy Cryptos pad? Does he must use the same background? Okay, so all right, I'm gonna have to change my background now.
That's fun.
Got one of those community influencer houses going on. Everybody's all living together.
They're right in the same studio. That's all.
And then I'm going to answer STX's easy money question here. Is everyone here looking for the metaverse or the blockchain more? Honestly, we're all talking about the blockchain more because I think that's closer. Obviously that's something we're actively working on. So the blockchain, coming sometime in summer, it will be cool, and it's definitely obviously adds that ultimate utility to the coins that we hold, or the tokens now, and they'll swap them into coins at that point. And then who knows what's going to happen after that. I'm sure they're going to announce some other some other crazy stuff.
But I mean, it's going to be a cohesive like mechanism between the two.
Well,
So,
that's one of the nice things too, is that, and we don't talk about this enough, that the in game, when you're playing games in the metaverse, right? It's going to be it's not going to be the MMAI token, but it's going to be associated with that token. So you'll get X number of in-game tokens, whatever they're going to call it, per MMAI token. So you'll be able to swap them back and forth. When you're purchasing stuff on e-commerce, you're going to be purchasing with the MMAI token or coin, at that time. So there's really going to be a lot of reasons to own the coin, own the token. So that's where the value is going to be for anybody who's holding them. So that's super exciting as well, obviously. And you don't see any other projects that have all of this. So hopefully it goes off, without a hitch. And even though there's going to be some bumps, I'm sure, but it should be fun. All right, guys. Chris B says you can't do those temperatures. And John Crispalis says, "Hey, what's up, Shaman?" So that's it, guys.
Hey,
I guess we're all going to bounce. Going to go. I don't know what I'm going to do. Go watch some TV or something. Veg out.
I'm going
Maybe go to the
run
gym.
to Walmart and grab orange juice, to be honest.
yeah, it feels so early.
Breakfast
Actually,
tomorrow.
like, wow, 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I can't do those 6-hour streams, guys. That's
Well,
not
no,
designed.
normally we start at 9 too, and then we start. We put the time for 9, but then we 9:15, 9:30.
Keep being late.
What 10 o'clock where you're at? 10 o'clock in Florida right now, right?
Yeah. So this is like a half hour after we start, or an hour after we start.
Right.
It's 7 o'clock for me normally. So we would have started an hour ago, technically, Shaman.
Gotcha.
But when it comes to the 6-hour streams, I think that's why this show is going to work, because those two guys can talk or listen to me rant on for whatever amount of time. So,
Crypto Mike 23 come in right at the end here. I appreciate you showing up. We're about to shut her down.
You know
All right,
what?
guys.
When you're talking about stuff and you're having fun doing it, and you got a lot of material, time flies, man. As I say, when you're having fun,
really does.
before you know it, you're 5 hours into it. So I could definitely see how that can happen.
Yeah. And we're talking about not necessarily just crypto stuff. They're talking about all sorts of different things, which there's an unlimited amount of topics you can talk about.
Yeah, it's literally an open table, and then to extend the invitation out. You've been on the show already, but to you too, Crypto Lounge. Like whenever you want to come on or something, let us know, or if it's random, come in the chat or whatever. We just kind of go with the flow. Try to have some kind of game plan, but
Sounds
we
good,
generally have a theme of a show, but we're not limited. We're not going to drag you in there and be like, "What are your thoughts on this? Just tell us about this." It's like, no. It's like everyone comes together and gives their opinions, and the conversation flows, like Shaman said. So.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah, in and out. Yeah, I'd love to come on, brother.
Yeah, anytime, man. Whenever you feel like it. We try to at least commit to a Friday night at 9 p.m. We're gonna start, trying to do, a few more days here and there, or whenever, and sometimes we do some spontaneous stuff. So, if something happens, like Racket wanted to stream the other day, so we just did a stream. Boom. I think we might do something, maybe tomorrow or the next day. I'm not sure yet, but
We're working on.
yeah. So
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, but anytime we're on, man, if you guys want on, if we can, unless we have something super planned that day, but yeah, come in and come by and say hi, come in and make an appearance.
All right, let me shut the stream down here, guys.
Yeah.
I appreciate everybody showing up. As always, it's always a pleasure to talk to you guys. There's a lot of friends out there in the community, so much appreciated. Love y'all. And for everybody else out there watching, thanks for showing up. We'll see you guys next time.